Into Connor's eyes.
Into Connor's ass.
Into Connor's urethra.
I don't want toothpicks in any part of me.
Hello and welcome to Skunk Bunker.
Episode 23, I think.
Tim, quick, yes or no? Do you think you could beat Gary Busey in a fist fight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I bring out Gary Busey.
Alright, there he is. There he is. Hi, what's up, Bob?
Elmer's on fire, TV. Why do you have a gun? I said fist fight. You're disqualified. You lose.
Yeah, well, he's dead,
In the eyes
so...
of God, I am amongst him.
Why do you have a gun? Why do I have a gun? Why do you have a gun?
I don't. What?
I have a gun. Yeah, me and Gary Busey would be pointing guns at each other.
Simon says whip out your gun and aim it at a child.
Simon is a bad influence.
Just pointing at your balls. Ever tell you? I'm gonna show you. One time, I broke up with this girl. I didn't break up with her. It was just like a mutual. We fucking hated each other.
Mutual.
And
We weren't fucking happy.
yeah, it was a mutual not going good anymore. So she called. I was playing like Resident Evil 4 or something, and she like texted me, and we were like arguing. She like texted me, and she called me a Holocaust survivor. And yeah, and like I laughed at that. I didn't know. I was like, "What does that mean? Like, what are you talking about?" And like 2 days ago, it occurred to me what she was trying to say. She was trying to say I'm skinny, and I'm just like bone. And
That's the worst way to say that, because I took that fully as she thinks you're Jewish.
I know, like whenever she was like, "Shut up, you Holocaust survivor," and I was like,
fucking love that though.
"Yeah," I was like,
Okay.
What?
Yeah, huh? What'd you say to me?
You know what? That's a genius insult that like you get insulted by it 3 years later.
Yeah, I was like,
It's that slow burn.
Yeah, it really was.
Like you think you've won, and then you're lying awake one night, and you're like, "Oh shit,
maybe I do look like a Holocaust survivor.
maybe I am the boy in the striped pajamas."
I just look down, I see every single one of my ribs. I'm like,
I don't remember. Fucking remember how that book ends?
Oh, speaking of Nazis, I watched Jojo Rabbit. Have you guys seen it yet?
Nazi comedy.
No,
I want to so bad.
Is that JoJo's new Bizarre Adventure?
No,
It's on HBO Max.
Oh my God.
Actually, kinda tragic.
Yeah, obviously, but no, it's a Nazi comedy. Like it's a kid.
It's watching Nazi comedy.
No, okay, so it's a kid in Nazi Germany, right?
Yeah.
Who's learning, like, they have, like, kids,
It's like a Hitler
boys.
youth school.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I know what you guys are talking
Well, I didn't
about.
know.
I thought Hunter
I
did.
didn't know if Hunter did. But, like, yeah, he's sitting there.
I didn't see it, but I know about it.
Yeah, he has Hitler as his imaginary friend. That's the part that's hysterical to me, is that they had to cast someone as Hitler, and they're like, be Hitler, but, you know, like, funny.
Be a funny Hitler.
Go ahead, be funny Hitler right now.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, man, it's changing
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Oh, it's been a while.
That's not Nickelback. It's not Nickelback. That's what it was.
What?
Yeah.
Nickelback.
We were talking about the Mandela effect the other day.
DVD
That's
bouncing.
awesome. We got to see it hit the corner.
Yeah, like, who do you think sung It's Been a While?
Do you guys, now that I see this, do you guys ever think there's been a time where you saw a DVD logo like this and someone just like had it on YouTube?
Oh!
They just like put it, they were like, we just put it on a YouTube video.
Yeah,
of
someone
the DVD
decided
thing.
to put this on there. Someone chose.
How many views? Oh my God.
1.5 million.
So what you're saying
Dude,
is,
isn't that like a
we need to
meme,
put up a
though?
DVD.
Wasn't there like people just like watching it bounce back and forth until it changed like purple or something like that? And they're like,
Oh,
oh!
until it hits the
It is
corner
gonna sit
perfectly.
perfectly in the corner.
Because it's what kids used to do in elementary school whenever you fucking have ADHD and you can't pay attention and the teacher's computer goes on screensaver mode.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I would just sit there. Yeah, I would do this in school, and I would just sit there. I would sit there and wait. And then to find out everyone else in the world is just as retarded as me.
I don't think this is gonna hit the corner, but
I mean, it probably will, like, 20
Alright.
minutes in or something.
Alright, how many... So, Tim, if you were to fight... What? What? Wait, what do you think I'm going to say?
You say the third grader and the
Yeah.
fifth grader
Yeah,
thing.
I want to see what Tim thinks. If you had to fight increasing wave after wave of third graders
Fuck
with
is
a
my
fifth
tongue?
grader boss at the end of each wave, how many waves do you think you get through?
How
So-
many people are in a grade?
So it's one third grader at first, and then each wave is one more. So
When
it's
does
one,
the
then
fifth
two,
grader
then
come
three.
out?
After you beat all the third graders, so you first.
So
wait,
wait,
no,
I'm
listen,
fighting
shut
third
up, and
graders.
I'll explain it. If you'll shut the fuck up. First, okay, so there's a third grader. You beat the third grader. Here comes the first fifth grader. All right, you beat the
Okay.
fifth grader. Now two third graders. Beat two third graders. That's wave 2. Is two third graders, then a fifth grader. Then wave 3 is three third graders, then a fifth grader. You got to get how many waves do you think you get through with it increasing the number of third graders?
Have to pause it.
Fucking wow.
Alright, so Tim, you had a question
Hey,
for
a couple
Connor.
more questions. Did you have questions before you answer this very important?
Do they have weapons?
The fifth grader has like an X-Acto knife.
I mean, well, like, yeah, it's fatal. I probably,
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably,
it's fatal,
like,
but he's still a fifth grader.
I mean, well, like, a fifth grader could still probably, like, fucking cut me, and I'll be like,
Well,
ah.
Tim, do you have weapons?
Yeah, do I have any weapons?
I mean, if you take the X-Acto knife from the first fifth grader, yeah, you have an exact. Are you telling me you're not confident you could take an X-Acto knife from a fifth grader? Like, if you are in full battle mode, you're not trying to be like this. Isn't
How
Tim,
are
you
they aware that they have to kill me?
yes, this is a fight. They are trying to hurt you, and
Well,
you're trying
like,
to hurt them. This
obviously,
isn't
I'll
like
fucking beat the fuck. Do I have to kill them?
kill them.
Am I gonna kill these kids?
You don't have to kill them.
Tim's facing an inner mortal dilemma.
You don't have
So,
to kill them.
so are they gonna? So if I'm beating, do they stay knocked out, or do I have to
Yeah,
like?
if you knock them out, they lost. They're done.
They're done.
Their
Okay, okay.
bodies
Because
get
like, I
pushed
didn't know
off
if they
the
could.
plate.
Yeah,
Throw him out of the ring.
I didn't know if they just
Rumble.
stayed there, like as in war.
Yeah, no,
they could just get back up.
Yeah, no,
and
we'll play
I'd be
Dragon
like,
Ball
dude,
Z
I
tournament.
have to kill like a
No,
bunch of people.
no,
We're playing Dragon Ball Z tournament rules. Out of bounds or unconscious.
I don't mean to
they're
brag or anything,
No.
but I could probably get through like at least 80 of them, man.
done. 80 of them.
all you'd have to do is fucking body the first fifth grader and take his X-Acto knife.
Yeah,
Well,
we
like, I mean, like, still though, they could like, I don't know.
Have you ever
It's
elbowed
unpredictable.
something as
Just-
hard as you can before? Just like full on, just like throw an elbow at something. Like you could probably like kill a couple of third graders with one elbow.
Tim, you can fucking drop kick a fifth grader and fucking just knock him flat.
Yeah, I don't know. I
How
like.
old are fifth graders?
Like 10.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
like
are they
yeah, it's like
I thought
this.
they
Is,
were like,
these are
okay.
children. You are beating up children. Like that's
Like
what makes
8
this easy.
8
The
to
only real
10-year-old.
fear
I
is when
guess
you get to like
probably.
round 12 or something. That means there's 12 third graders who all have the knowledge of I gotta beat this guy up.
Yeah.
Do
coming
they have
after you at
do
once.
they have weapons?
No, they don't have weapons.
Okay,
They just
so
have
it's
their
only
tiny
the fifth
fists. But like, there's 12 of
How
them.
many third graders can you knock out before your fists get tired?
I think like I think around like the fifth, like with the fifth grade, like 5 fifth graders. I
After,
feel like
after the
it's just,
fifth
like,
wave, you think you're gonna
yeah,
start to
I'm like,
feel the...
oh man, I fucking my
Can I
knuckles are sore.
Can I submit them? Can I like armbar and break their arm?
Yes, absolutely. I will
Fuck.
absolutely give you permission.
Am I in a ring or am I like outside?
I
Can I
see-
call for help?
You're on a softball.
Can I phone a friend?
Are you seeing this right now?
You're on a softball field.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Soft.
Yeah,
So
You
make him
see it
eat
coming
dirt.
from the school.
yeah, like they're
see
coming out of
them
school, like
running
running out, like fucking yeah.
They're running down the fields.
And,
Tim, you just
and-
fucking throw him into the bases. You're like, ugh.
the fucking high school or the school mascots like doing the orange justice.
They're fucking cheering them on. they're like,
There's a
"Damn,
halftime
guys."
show every so
no,
often.
after the 10th wave, you have to fight the mascot.
He's the secret boss.
Turns
out he's just two seventh graders in a trench coat.
And the principal and stuff like that.
That's the second game.
This is
The sequel?
That's
It's
in
the
They gotta get
DLC.
through 100 of them.
Yeah.
Fight the principal.
Fuck.
I've been approaching this because I heard this the other day, and in my head I've thought about this more than I should have. But I've been approaching this with the concept like if I can get past like wave like 4 or 5, at that point I'm just gonna grab one of the fucking third graders and use him as a club to beat the other third
I thought you
graders.
said they went away. Oh, okay.
Hunter.
Yeah, like I just pick him up and I use him like grab him by the ankle and just fucking swing him.
what are the odds that you learn to code and make a game called Fist Fight Elementary, where you just walk through an elementary school and have to fist fight the faculty?
What was that game? It was the Kindergarten Killer or something.
What?
There was like
Yeah.
What do you mean the new
You remember
Kill the
the
Boy
can-
Scouts?
Kill the boy. Yeah, kill the Boy Scouts.
Staggy the Night.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that what he was
it.
called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
like,
fucking-
I almost
These
got-
Boy Scouts are my fucking ones. I don't fucking think so.
I almost got grounded because of that game.
I don't
showed
know what
Connor
this
this.
is.
He was
Yeah,
in the
yeah, I
Boy
almost-
Scouts, and
yeah, no,
Connor was terrified.
I was
of
really
it, so, like,
uncomfortable because I was in the Boy Scouts at
And
the
then I
time.
told him, I was like, dude, you just gotta play the game. And he plays the game. He's like, it's pretty fun.
It was a fun game, but no, I almost got grounded because of that. Because I went home and searched
played
it. And because I didn't
Kill
know.
the Boy
I
Scouts.
wasn't sure how to get to Newgrounds, and I didn't think
Boy
about.
Scouts in my force.
Wait, let me see it.
Staggy the Night.
Please find that voice cameo.
We gotta play that on the channel.
God.
Okay.
But
Boy Scouts.
But yeah, no, fucking. I go home and I had my mom help me
favorite
look up Newgrounds because I didn't know Newgrounds was like also a lot of
This
porn.
is just a fun. Yeah.
And so we're sitting there and I searched Kill the Boy Scouts and I hadn't even given any thought of like I probably shouldn't play this for my mom. Mom was like, I don't want you on this site like ever. I don't want to know you were playing this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably. Should have seen that coming.
Yeah, Connor plays his meat and fuck games on Newgrounds.
They do.
My parents got me a game called like Kill All Roaches or something, like Kill the Roaches.
What?
And it was I don't know what, I never played it. But one time I took it to my grandma's house and I was like, I got this game a couple years ago and I never played it and I'm trying to play it now. And I was like 11 or 12. And then she was like, well, this game is rated teen, and you're not a teen, you're not 13, you can't play this.
Dude, I hate when...
And I was like, are you fucking kidding
kidding
me?
Yeah, are you
Are
fucking serious?
Are you shitting in my bowl of Cheerios right now?
You fucking defecating in my Fruit Loops, love.
It's absolutely uncalled for.
This
Grandma,
is the worst deal in the history of deals.
perhaps maybe ever.
Dude, my mom didn't give a fuck what I played. I had Mortal Kombat when I was fucking like 5.
My dad took me to buy the Grand Theft Auto 4 DLC game, so Lost and Damned and Gay Tony, but it was like a split disc.
I
You could
had
play.
that one.
Yeah,
That was
we
really
played.
fun.
Ballads
We
of
played
Liberty
that all the
City.
time.
And then
I love
I also got Left 4 Dead 2 in the same purchase. And whenever we were checking out, I was like still, I don't know how old I was. I was like 13 or something. The dude like behind the counter was like, "Are you sure you want him to be talking to me? Like, are you sure you want him to be like playing these games? Like they're like rated M for a reason." And my dad's just like, "Nah, he's seen worse. He's fine." And he was right. I did see worse.
Fucking.
Dude, every kid
I
sees
wasn't-
some fucking...
I wasn't old enough to
crazy
buy.
shit.
I think it's like Saints Row the 3rd or the 4th or something. So I had to have my mom buy it, and as she was buying it, like the clerk kind of like looked back and forth, and I'm like,
The one with the dildos.
yeah, it's specifically because of that, because he didn't want to have to tell my mother this because it's so weird. He's like, I'm legally obligated to tell you. There's a weapon in here that's a baseball bat in the shape of a penis.
Yeah,
My mom just kind of like looks at me like, "Are you really having me buy you this?" Like, it's a fun game. Because I'm like old enough to know full well. I'm like 13 or 14 already. It's not like this is like something I was sheltered from. But she just didn't want to have to be like, yeah.
Yeah, when is the age where they're just like, yeah, I guess you can play this? Like 16.
17, I think.
Yeah, but
17. You gotta have an ID.
Yeah, that's why I had to have her buy it, because he couldn't sell it without an ID, and I didn't have
I just know, I
didn't
really
have
remember
shit.
getting stopped and them being like...
That happened to me.
Because I bought Mortal Kombat like a bunch of fucking times, and
I
they
bought,
just didn't like...
I
from
bought
twice.
Battlefield 3, and didn't give a shit.
Yeah. It's been a while since I
I had something else I wanted
bought
to say.
like games physically.
I'll tell a story real quick. When I got my first job in the mall that I've talked about so much, My boss was cool. My coworkers were cool, and I don't know. I'm not a very like outgoing person. I'm very shy in words. So like the second or third day I was there working, my boss was leaving and like leaving me with like my coworker was gonna like help me close, and my boss was like, "All right, I'm heading out. Do you guys need anything?" And I was like,
A will to live.
well, yeah, I was like, a well-placed blow to the back of my head with a shovel, please. And like, neither of them thought it was funny. But both of them just gave me this look like, oh, what the fuck? And I was just like, that was a joke, I'm sorry. And they were like, okay.
Oh,
but
man.
then my boss started like warming up to my kind of sense of humor, and then I told him like, whenever I was there for like 3 years, I was like, yeah, one time like whenever I first started here, I told you that story, and he was like, yeah, hit me in the head with a shovel, and he was like, well, I didn't laugh at that, why? And I was like, I don't know. But
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I kind of didn't say anything for a couple weeks because of it.
You didn't?
I literally didn't speak.
I remember I did a few of those, like, when I first started with Connor.
Way to like genuinely dox you. You censor that, like definitely do that because that's only here.
Yeah, okay.
That's like that's a corporate that like right here.
Okay.
But when Tim started his first job,
His cleaning
Yeah,
gig.
with Connor. We said a bunch of, like, fucking jokes that I'm pretty sure they heard. And they just were like, alright.
These two
Yeah,
gremlins
these
just
fucking-
showed up here.
I can't
What
remember.
they do with it.
There's been a couple.
speaking of Gremlins, I recently just watched the movie Gremlins for the first time since, like, you know, I have cognitive memory. And so the basic rules of the Gremlins is either the Mogwais, which are the cute little fuzzy things, and if you feed them after midnight, they turn to the Gremlins.
Yeah.
But if you get water on them, they multiply as either Gremlins or...
Take a fucking 9-iron to them, see if I get a hole in one.
Well, no. And then the other one is what? They don't like bright lights.
Anyway.
But it's the movie takes place during Christmas, and these gremlins are like the fucking one gremlin goes into the fucking pool at the YMCA and multiplies like 1,000 times. So and then all like, and I'm just thinking like, so why aren't they multiplying when they hit the snow? They should be. They don't.
The world should
No, they're not. Because they're not wet. It's snow,
It's
Jesse.
snow. It's not water.
Snow isn't wet. Like
So, Mr. Steven Spielberg, if
So
you're
what you're
listening to
saying
this,
is-
fuck you. Gremlins should multiply in snow, and that was an oversight on your part.
So what you're saying is water is wet.
Yeah, water's wet. But,
yeah, that's how we prove it.
You all
It's
should
Gremlins.
get waterproof water.
Gremlins fucking watching Snow White in the movie theater, and the kid's just like, I'm gonna blow up the movie theater.
With all the gremlins.
Yeah, with all the gremlins inside.
Last time I watched that movie, I had gone to a haunted house, and they just had it playing outside on like a projector outside the haunted house. It was weird.
It's
Was
not
that with you?
I think
exactly.
you were with me. I'm pretty sure you were with me.
I wouldn't call Gremlins a horror movie.
Right? That's what I thought. Like, I wouldn't say.
I think it
can't
is
say,
technically a horror movie.
I think
though.
so too, but like that, if you.
I mean, like, I get it. There's like some murder going
Okay,
on.
no, here's the
but,
thing.
like-
By the rules everyone has set for movies, Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Pull on the gremlins, Christmas.
No, because if fucking Die Hard is.
Yeah, Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
It's not, but if you want to say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then Gremlins is apparently now a Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
Gremlins
despite
is a
me-
Christmas movie.
Like, I disagree highly with both of those statements.
His dad fucking with his bukkake toothbrush. Fucking-
Fuck did you just
Pocket toothbrush.
yeah, so the dad in fucking Gremlins like he invented this dumb fucking travel thing with a toothbrush in it, and it just fucking keeps spraying shit on him the whole movie. It's like,
Imagine you go to brush your teeth and it just like you're just so wet and cold and
It's like a bidet.
goopy. No, that's my shower head.
If a toothbrush sprayed me with anything the force of a shower head, I'd be very concerned.
I think that would cut my gums a little, actually.
You
I
guys-
don't have very strong gums, so I think that'd be it for me.
Do you guys ever see the video of the Russian guy who makes the homunculus?
What?
The Russian guy, he injects sperm into a chicken egg,
Oh no.
and then he incubates it and it grows into like a little fucking like it's like fake,
Oh,
but
okay.
it looks pretty
Real,
decent, and but he grows this fucking thing, like a little octopus looking creature, and it puts it on a table and it starts like curling around and it looks up at him and like shoots like acid at him. He shoots like a green glob at him and he's like, yeah! And then he fucking takes a book and he throws it on it and he fucking kills this homunculus with a book.
That's the secret ending
awesome.
to Flubber is as soon as fucking Robin Williams sees it, he
He's
just
like, oh,
slaps a
look at
fucking textbook onto it, splattering it to bits.
Oh,
So y'all ever kill a man?
I will not disclose that information at this time.
Oh, I
but I'll
remember
kill
what I
a
was gonna
squirrel.
say. I don't know what I was gonna say. Me and Tim fucking talked about this a little bit earlier, and I already know what Jesse's answer would be. But Hunter, would you punch your mother in the face as hard as you could for $1 billion?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Jesse, I know your answer.
Well, but if you said, would I punch my dad in the face for $1 billion?
Okay,
Yes.
would you? Yeah. Then what's the point? What about you?
I would punch literally anybody
what
in the
about your
face for
grandmother?
$1 billion.
Would you punch your grandmother in the face as hard as you could for $1 billion? No, you wouldn't do it? Then I'm just a bad person because I considered it.
I considered it, but
My
there's
grandma's- My grandma's 94 and there was a slight part of my brain that was like, well, maybe this is how it ends.
Look, if you get $1 billion, you can get her the best funeral money can buy.
I don't know. That is not a bad deal.
$1 billion to punch one loved one as hard as you can.
I mean, she lived her life.
That's the thing is,
Time for me to-
if I punched my grandma, like they're done.
I was
They're done.
My favorite was what I said to Tim because Tim was
over.
like, I don't know if my mom could survive the punch. I think I'd just take her out. I'm like, Tim, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'd have time to worry about if your mom would survive. If someone said they would give me $1 billion if I'd punch her in the head.
Yeah, just
I don't think there'd
fucking...
be enough time.
As
for
long
me
as
to
I get
consider
fucking the money after that,
repercussions.
like,
I'm
fucking kill my
telling you.
mom, bro.
Yeah, just give her an
you got $1 billion, but what cost? Your fucking friend?
No, I'm gonna pop her one. I'm gonna slip you a couple thousand. Not tell you.
couple thousand.
Yeah, you don't
I got
know.
$1 billion, but you get a couple thousand.
You don't know I got $1
kill your
billion.
mom.
I didn't.
Fucking, I'm like,
No,
how much?
Like 4 or 5 grand.
Get you one nice magic.
Okay, no, you look at me
considering
like
that.
this. You look at me like this. At no point did I say I was telling him I was getting $1 billion.
I know, but you're still horrible for that.
You can give him at least $1 million, love.
Look, all I see from this is if Connor ever gives you like $4,000 or $5,000,
You know he's holding out on you.
he's keeping. You're never seeing him again. He's living on a boat in the
It
middle
would
of the
literally
ocean.
have to be where I don't have to worry about a fucking thing for my mom to be dead for you. Do I know that you killed my mom, or you just give me fucking like? And I'm like,
You're just like, it was $4,000. Sorry for your loss.
yeah, I'm like,
First of all, I will say, nothing's guaranteeing she's dying. If she does
Yeah,
die,
but
I'm
if she
fully
just
taking
die-
care of those funeral expenses. She's getting the nicest casket
I'll take
ever.
care of the funeral expenses, but it's coming out of the $4,000
It's
I'm giving you.
Oh my
Also,
god.
from this, like, that's it. I'm gonna ditch you all now. Like, no,
Yeah.
whatever this money's spent on. Like, first of all, Skunk
He's
Bunker's
like,
getting
dude,
that studio.
I'm gonna go fucking blow this wad of $1 billion, then I'll see you again.
I'm not gonna fucking just ditch everyone. They're coming with me. If I have $1 billion, I'm using that for everything. Because I don't even give a shit about money.
well, you gotta make it to where you fucking can live off of it
I
forever.
think it's like 800 million something. I think so. There was something I saw that estimated the exact amount you would need to never have to work but live comfortably for your whole life, and I think it was like 862 million or something like that.
861 million. You're fucking dying broke in your last year of life. You're on the hospice bed, and they're like, can't afford to be on here anymore.
They pull the plug on you.
So remember when I shared that story of that dickhead who sucked on my nuts too hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've come to find out that may have been the worst blowjob ever.
I thought you were gonna say it was a dream. I love the concept that like you had such a vivid dream.
No, quite the opposite. I'm having nightmares about it. To where I keep having nightmares where my nuts getting sucked on too hard. And it's not fucking cool.
I don't like it. Because it's like the excitement. You're like, oh, I'm getting a blowjob. And then it just go, oh.
No, there's no even like good part of
It just instantly goes to sucking your balls.
The only experience is just like something's pulling on my nuts and I'm like, it's just like horrible.
This fucking blowjob gave you trauma.
Well, yeah, and I already had my nut problems in the past, like my nut injury, so like this is just like, yeah, oh my god.
I was gonna say, I have this thing that happens to me. I have a couple pairs of jeans, but because of this happens. As I walk, my phone just like lightly hits my like right nut. And like at first it doesn't do anything, but after a while of like so long, it just starts to hurt so bad. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It took me almost a year and a half to realize the first time that this is what was doing it. I thought I just had like regular fucking ball pain until we're at Cedar Point. I'm walking around and I just like realized, because I stopped and I felt my phone kind of like whiplash, just like quick, just hit him real quick, and I'm like, holy shit, that's what's been doing it! Meanwhile, I'm standing there, like, hunched over, like, fuck, it hurts so bad right now. And I took my phone out of that pocket for the rest of the day, and it did, like, no problem the entire rest of the day. I didn't think this would resonate so, like, perfectly with you.
Because there was one time where I was like I said, like you said, it only happens with a certain couple pair of pants.
Like one or two pair of pants where the pocket just like drifts a little too much.
And the one day I was trying to run. Oh. And my phone in my pocket, and I was running, and it just kept fucking hitting my balls like real hard. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like I feel that so vividly in my head.
I don't know why it's making me laugh so hard.
It was also made me think about like I'll have sex dreams now and then, but they're never fun. Because what Tim said absolutely describes and there's a build up where it's like perfect. It's like, oh boy, I get to have sex.
She starts like cutting into you.
No, it's not even that.
Cut chunks
it's
of
that
your
like
off.
the penetration happens and it's just like, oh, this feels awful. What the fuck is it? And I know what it is. Like when I'm awake, I realize what it is. It's that I'm now hard and my dick is just pressed against my pants, just like.
Pants?
Yeah, I sleep in pants. I sleep in underwear.
Lad.
That's fucking
I sleep in underwear and pants sometimes, and my dick will just get like caught, like held down but hard, so it just like feels awful. My brain's just like, that's what this feels like, right? That's this, and I'm just in my dream, just like fucking going at it, just like this is terrible. What the fuck's going on?
I always get that feeling whenever I'm like I have a dream when I piss when I'm sleeping. And I'll be sleeping, and I'll just like, I'll feel the sensation of me pissing, and then it's like for the first couple of seconds, my body's like, "What is this? What's going on? This is a new sensation." And then it's like 15 seconds, like my bladder's like 80% empty, and I'm like, "I'm fucking pissing the bed," and I just like shoot awake.
I've never peed the bed. Like even as a kid, that was never a problem.
He said,
And-
I came out the pussy potty train.
No, listen.
I pissed in bed till I was like 11.
You shit the bed.
No, that's not even what I was getting at, but I have a different story that, like, relates to that. But
I want to go back to that, though.
But all I was going to say was that, like, I've never even had that fear of, like, oh, I'm going to pee the bed. And, like, for some reason until I hit, like, high school, and then one night while I was going to bed, my brain was like, you really got to pee. You might pee the bed. And I was like, I won't pee the bed. And I'm, like, laying there, and, like, an hour goes by, and, like, I can't stop thinking about the fact that I have to pee. I've gone to bed having to pee, like, 1 billion times.
Connor used to pee in, like, fucking plastic cups and keep them in his room. And I'd be... Yes, you did.
Okay,
You're
one...
upstairs.
No, hold on.
Pee in, like, fucking orange juice containers and leave it there.
No!
Yeah!
No, hold on.
Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, no. You're telling the true part is the Gatorade. I absolutely did because I didn't want to walk downstairs.
It wasn't orange juice.
It was Gatorade.
No. What I'm saying is it's not just like a plastic cup. I didn't just like pull out a fucking red Solo cup, pee in it, and leave it on my desk for a couple days. No, I peed in the fucking Gatorade bottle late at night when I don't want to go downstairs and just throw it away. I didn't just leave it sit there like, oh, look at my greatness.
Whenever my toilet upstairs wasn't working,
there once,
I've done
dude.
that a
I was like,
couple
"What
times.
is that?" Like, it was my piss.
It was in the trash.
It wasn't in the trash.
It was in the trash.
I had this one friend who like lived. He lives with his parents, and like his room's like pretty much right next to the bathroom. It was like wasn't the room next to the bathroom. It was like the second one away. And he would still insist on, like, pissing in bottles instead of going to the bathroom. And I would just come over and there'd be, like, bottles of piss in his, like... He didn't have a trash can in his room. He just had, like, a big garbage bag. And there'd be, like, a garbage bag and, like, bottles of piss in it. And I'd be like, bro.
No.
And he'd be like, what? And he'd be like...
So, there was one time, I was like, probably 11 or 12, and, it was when I was living with my dad, and, like, my nephew would come over a bunch, and, he'd always piss on the toilet seat, but I'd always get blamed for it, so my fucking little idiot brain was like, you know what? I'll just piss down the drain of the sink. So then, next time they say that I pissed on the seat, I'll have proof it wasn't me. Then by the time they came around, I was like, maybe I shouldn't admit to having been pissing in the fucking sink where people brush their teeth and wash their hands.
That's pretty funny.
And I never told anybody about it. But I feel like now's a good time, because...
Well, I mean, you're not alone.
Everyone's pissed in.
I was like, I don't want to get yelled at
my
for
reasoning was
pissing
not
on the
that.
seat.
My reasoning was 100% like 2 a.m. I'll walk downstairs and I'm just like, I don't want to fucking hear the water. I don't want to fucking... I don't want to fucking make noise. So it's just like, the sink is quiet. And it worked the first time, and I was just like, alright. So I just did it every so often, so I didn't have to listen to it.
Connor, the first time you were at my house, like, 2 weeks after that, you were like, I want to tell you, I pissed in your sink.
No, I said I want to piss in your sink.
No, and I was like, huh? Why? And you were like, oh, that's just the thing I do. I just, like, everywhere I go, I just always piss in somebody's sink. Yeah, it's just like...
my sink?
No.
Everywhere.
Connor, have you pissed in my sink?
I fucking love this, though. I love the
I
fucking
never pissed in the sink, but I
paranoia.
pissed in the shower. Like,
Everyone
but
pisses
not
in the
not
shower.
not like.
I know, I've seen you do that. You'll just walk, like, over to the shower just to fucking lean
Yeah,
in.
because I don't want to fucking flush the toilet.
It's the same fucking logic for the sink to me.
Yeah,
It makes so much noise.
Yeah.
Alright, going back to the shitting situation.
Yeah, did you shit the bed?
Not
The
recently.
situation.
So, like, whenever I was... one of my earliest memories... one of my earliest memories is, like, whenever my mom and, like, my dad and my birth mom were still together, and we were living, like, in the town that I was born in. I was, like, sleeping in my parents' bed with them, and I just remember like them waking me up and being like, why? And they were just like, I was wearing a diaper and I was wearing pants, but somehow there was shit in my diaper, on the outside of my diaper, on the outside of my pants, all in the bed, and just everywhere. I must have like,
Why?
the shit coming out of me must have been like a Mentos going into a Diet Coke, because there was, from my memory, which is like not reliable.
That's so.
It's an atrocious amount of shit.
It's disgusting.
Coming from like a 3-year-old, 2-year-old.
My only story was just the fact that I'm sure I've told it already, but like one Sunday I like woke up and was just like really comfortable in bed, but I really had to go to the bathroom, and every part of me was like, I'm just laying there. It's so perfect. It's so warm. The sun's hitting me, and my brain's just like, you can just change the sheets later. Just fucking do it. You can just change them later. And like for half a second I was like, yeah, and I started drifting. I was like, no, because that'll only buy me like 30 seconds before this isn't comfortable anymore because I've just shit myself.
Yeah, I was about to say you just
like it doesn't benefit me, and I like forced myself to like kick that fucking thought out of my head.
I'll just shit the bed.
It's like,
Don't worry.
It's like my stomach's. I had
Shit
the
the
worst.
bed. Worry about later.
Yeah, it was that logic of like, future me will have to deal with this.
I'll just sleep in my shit for all night.
Future you is there 30
Yeah, I was only gonna
seconds
be like,
later.
it was in the morning. I was gonna wake up in like 20 minutes anyway.
Oh.
It wasn't even like all night or anything. I wasn't like gonna coma. I was just gonna lay there for 5 minutes.
I'll
Like,
just
all right.
fucking dwell in my shit until I'm ready to get
Just like
out.
it was not like there was no. It wasn't worth it at any capacity.
Dude, there's nothing worse than waking up a little too early, and then you're like, oh, but I could fall asleep right now. And then you're like, oh, but if I fall asleep, I might not.
Yeah, like 100%.
Like,
Alright, so we're more than halfway through the episode and we've talked about nothing but shitting and pissing the bed.
And beating third graders.
And beating third graders. And armed fifth graders. And the faculty of their schools.
you guys
switching
ever
these fucking-
No, this is...
experienced the
all one.
glitch in the Matrix?
We've talked about this.
You're right.
I don't fucking know, dude.
No, I have not. One time I,
Or the Mandela effect?
yes, but I can't remember.
It's been a while.
Who is your least favorite legs?
Oh, dude.
Me.
It's gotta be Jimmy Carter.
You don't like Jimmy Carter's legs?
No, Jimmy Carter's legs are weak.
Yeah, like what makes
Ricky
him so
Berwick.
Ricky Berwick? Ricky Berwick.
Deformed.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Yeah, he made me uncomfortable.
He looks like someone was making a person but put all the bones in like a boggle thing and shook it up first.
Or I get trouble.
Hannibal.
I'm Hannibal. A little bit of it.
Pussy's great for dinner.
All right.
So I had watched the Hannibal stand-up, and there was a part that fucking made me lose my shit.
What are you guys talking about? Tim said something about quote the Hannibal stand-up. He has like 8.
Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, he has like multiple stand-up specials.
The one that's on Netflix.
Okay, so there's one specifically on Netflix.
I'm pretty sure.
Because just the Hannibal stand-up means nothing. to me.
He's talking about how Lance Armstrong, and he did steroids and got busted and yada yada, and he's like, dude, the man is famous for riding bicycles. That's practically fucking magic. Let him do drugs. Let the magic bike man do drugs.
Essentially.
I was
I'm trying to do
lose
some
my
steroids.
fucking shit.
I'm trying to cycle. I'm trying to get big as fuck in like 3 days. And then just maintain it from there.
I found the Lasik Eye Surgery part would be funny.
You can go blind, and we can say, I'm bad.
I'm bad.
Lance Armstrong has...
Oof.
I think it's hat.
Yeah.
I think they removed the one that was killing him.
Yeah.
Oh, the laser?
Did you
I
know...
don't know if they used a laser specifically,
Yeah, the
but
laser just nut off.
Hitler and Lance Armstrong have the same amount of testicles and haven't been seen in the same room. Coincidence?
I think not.
Do you think, like, advanced, like, say if you need a limb, like, removed, they don't even have to knock you out, they just go, like, and you don't even feel it. It's, like, real fast, already cauterizes it and everything, you just don't even feel it.
Probably.
I don't see how they, like,
Just, like,
You just, like,
It's
put
like,
it in a machine and it, like, just does, like, a little laser guillotine.
I get, like, okay, but, like, if it's cauterizing it, you would feel that. That's,
I don't know, just, like, no pain.
That's
no
the
pain, kind of, like...
That's the only part that I'm like, I don't know if we could even physically do that.
If they could like turn off your pain receptors,
I guess if that's an
They'd
option.
probably have to give you, like, some type of shot.
That's what I was thinking. Like
feel
you'd have to get
shot,
you'd have to get like a
instant,
shot
like,
or something.
You don't even feel fucking pain.
But the idea, like,
They give
there's
you
a
a shot,
laser
it just
frequency
falls
that
off.
turns off the pain receptors it touches. Like,
Just rot, your arm completely rots off of below
dude,
where they
could
put
you
the
imagine?
shot
if they,
in.
no, you know what? No, we wouldn't get that. You know why? Because if there was a laser that just slices through limbs, it's not going to medical profession. It's going to the military.
That's fair.
no,
They're already
probably
using
going to medical.
lasers, aren't they?
They're
Huh?
using drones. They're fucking dropping missiles on people with not a single U.S. Army combatant in sight. They're just blowing up villages of people and being like, "Huh, job well done."
Oh my god! Hey, we got him.
Ugh.
Oh, bring them over to the boys.
It's what I do.
Stories.
It's what I do.
Remember that time whenever
I
Trump
see it.
Trump brought home all the military people and he made them eat
McDonald's?
McDonald's at the White House?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah.
that was
fucking
fucking
awesome.
awesome.
I thought it was Wendy's.
No,
It was a whole bunch.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I think it was.
It might have been both.
I think it was like, a bunch of different fast food
Because the bit was
places.
every other year they like bring all the military in, they give them like these super amazing meals, like they've given them lobster, and, like filet mignon, and all
Oh
these
my
like, amazing
god,
things.
did they really?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and
that's when Trump's like,
Yeah,
fucking
went to McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah, he fucked up
That's-
royally.
He didn't
That's
have anything
fucking
prepared
awful.
prior, so he just sent them out and bought.
That's
every
okay.
McDonald's.
Next year we'll get them pizza. It's okay.
give him something great. We'll give him something amazing.
That's fucking
Little Caesar's
awful.
Papa
We won't
John's.
charge him as
Could
much
you
next year.
imagine, like the last one's got fucking like flaming young, and you're like, oh, dude, I've been waiting for this moment. It's fucking
Dude, whoever
McDonald's.
Obama gave the food to, they must have got the best fucking thing. Obama schmoozes the fuck out of people.
schmooze.
Bastard's fucking charming. I know, Hunter, you heard the fucking game
Thanks,
talk
Obama.
about it, but just the video of Barack Obama just shooting a 3-pointer and getting nothing but net, and as he's leaving, he's just like, "It's what I do. It's what I do." It's just fucking perfect.
Obama was on Stephen late night Colbert show with one of those late night shows.
He's like, "Steven, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Well, that
I'm gonna have to murder you."
the president's. The
Steven,
president's,
we have you surrounded.
The presidents always go on there like after their presidency, or like it's been a tradition after the last couple presidents. That is probably going to break with Trump. I don't know if they're going to bring Trump on there,
I don't think they like Trump enough.
but
Well, he's probably gonna be in prison.
yeah, who knows? This is going on with the second impeachment trial just happened as of now. It's February 12th. But I don't even know what I was saying.
Basically, you were saying that you'd love to be
Stephen
blood brothers
Colbert,
with,
Obama.
Barack
Oh, yeah, those late night shows. Whenever they bring the presidents on, the like White House team, they tell the late night show to like write in a question about UFOs and aliens, which is weird. And because like afterwards, like the dude comes out and he's like, yeah, they tell us to like write like ask him a question about UFOs. And for the most part, like anytime they ask the presidents about like the UFOs, like they're like, oh, we don't know anything about that. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
we
don't know.
slapped them straight out of the sky. They came to our planet and we were like, nope, not for you.
Well, yeah, like they're just like, yeah, we just don't know. It's not a thing. I don't know about that, and I would know, and I'm the president, and I didn't know anything about that, so no aliens.
They slipped up.
If I say they don't exist, they don't exist. Don't fucking question it, you queer.
And then Obama went on there, and Obama was just like,
Really like doing the Obama voice.
yeah, he was just
Yeah, they exist. What you can do about it, Steven?
He was just giving.
We're not alone.
We kidnapped him. I slapped. I made it. I made the alien take its dick out, and I slapped it. What are you gonna do? You gonna stop me? I was fucking president. You can't do shit about it.
He was making super dodgy, and sly answers the whole time. Like,
He was like, I may have played a couple 3-pointers against some little gray man.
We sold Osama bin Laden's body to the aliens. They broke the fuck out of it.
it is interesting. They just threw it in the ocean with no pictures of
It's like, we're done with this. Fuck this thing.
it.
I
But
really like doing this. I'm mad that I like doing this too much. It feels good on my throat.
I don't want the last 15 minutes of the show. To
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to stop myself.
But yeah, go watch the Obama on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever the fucking loser's name is.
But,
Conan O'Brien.
Alright, good fucking
Conan
glowing
O'Brien.
recommendation.
you think
You guys keep fucking interrupting me with Obama voices.
You think they put Osama bin Laden in witness protection?
Yeah,
Why?
because
It's Obama.
Well, that convinced me.
No, that's...
well, he was like an ally of the United States before.
What do you mean he was an ally to United?
Before he fucking joined Al Qaeda, I'm pretty sure he was like.
Alright,
on
Epstein
our
was
side.
an ally before he touched children. He's still dead.
He didn't fucking kill himself, and
Yeah, but he's still dead. Like,
is he dead?
yes.
Have you seen pictures of his body?
Have you seen pictures of him alive?
Yes, there's fucking pictures of him alive on his island that were circulating a couple weeks ago.
Well, there's pictures of him dead too. Like, your logic works both ways. This doesn't just work because you say it works for you.
There's no pictures of his body released.
That's
That's
not
what I'm
true.
saying.
They had pictures of his body.
I don't see him.
I
Don't
don't
see
think
him
they
either.
did.
Alright, he's dead. I'm not
You
I'm
wanna
not
look
doing
it
this.
up?
No, because I'm not doing this bit of like
Hitler's
everything
not
a
dead either.
conspiracy.
Well,
Hitler's
yeah.
dead. Hitler's dead by old age, even if he
Yeah,
didn't
well,
die in the war.
I'll accept that.
I don't know, man.
Like, not everything didn't happen.
there's
Not
some
everything.
Fucking World War II.
all history just isn't what people say it is, though.
I'm not saying it's exact, but like saying everything is wrong whenever it comes up, makes even less sense.
Oh, what do you mean?
Why would they leave him alive?
Who?
Osama. What benefit does anyone have? Why wouldn't they just shoot him in the head?
Because deals were made.
So?
Money.
Okay, like why? How are they making money?
Why is it about money?
Because it's always about money. What's the other motivation?
Alright, Mr. CIA head of operations, it's always about money.
Well, that's what the fucking capitalist society is centered around.
The CIA isn't a capitalist society, it's an information gathering society.
So then what's the benefit?
I don't have the answers, but there's a lot of speculation.
You don't have the answers, but when I give you one answer, you're like, no, that's not true. It can't be true.
You gotta dig deep, love.
What do you mean dig deep? You don't have the answer anyway.
Deep love.
I've shown it. Like, there's an answer here. You're like, oh no, it can't be it. I gotta dig in some dirt and find the answer. Well, where's the answer? Did you dig? No.
Well, you gotta look for patterns. Don't you think it's suspicious that they were just like, well, yeah, we sent in SEAL Team 6, and then we killed him. We took pictures of his body. We're not releasing pictures of his body to the public. We threw his body in the ocean, and now 80% of the SEAL Team 6 members are all dead.
I'm not gonna give you a reason why that's not weird, but that doesn't mean he's alive.
But just like how it was all set up for us to go, like 9/11 was just a thing for us to get stationed, the U.S. Army to be stationed in the Middle East. It was just a way for us to get out of that.
We could just leave.
That's what Trump did. He just pulled us out. Trump was just like, yeah,
No,
fuck
I mean,
this.
like, we don't need, like...
Trump did just pull it. Trump did quite that. He pulled us out.
Yeah, but no, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about why would you stage an entire setup saying this is what we did to Osama if people already just wanted to leave anyway, and if they had just been like, all right, we'll just leave. You're right. We'll give it to them. We'll just leave.
I do have an answer, but I don't want to go full Alex Jones.
But this is the part that like doesn't make sense. Whenever you talk about the conspiracies, and I'm just like, well,
You got archaeological finds of alien crash ships, love.
why does that help Osama?
It doesn't help Osama anymore. It's not about Osama anymore. Osama's out of the equation. He's out. He's
Yeah,
not
but the
part.
conversation is about if he's dead or not.
He's
Legally, yes.
on paper he's dead, but due to the patterns of, oh, he's dead. We took pictures. Pictures aren't being released. His body's in the ocean. Don't worry about it. He's swept under the rug.
It is kind of weird how they were like, yeah, he shot in the head. We shot him in the head.
Yeah, it's like, and then Obama's like, oh yeah, I did see it. I saw the pictures. He's dead as fuck. I can confirm it. Don't worry about it. Everyone's safe now. And now it's like, oh, I guess we don't got about Al Qaeda's not a thing anymore. It's all about ISIS. It's all about who's the head of ISIS now. And it doesn't matter what happened with Saud. He could be alive. He could be dead. He was a pawn.
So Tom Brady won another Super Bowl.
Kissed his son on the lips.
Kissed his son right on the lips. Now, Pete.
How old is he?
Tom Brady's 53. Or no, 43, I meant to say.
Oh, his son.
His son's like, can't be no older than 12.
Well, that's illegal then. That's illegal.
Are they like, I don't know, isn't that like too old to be playing like professional sports? Isn't he gonna like
He's getting
break
pretty
something?
close. He's getting pretty close.
Isn't-
But like, I mean, like,
Someone told me Ben Roethlisberger. How old is Ben Roethlisberger?
Ben Roethlisberger's like
He's like
40.
50 something.
No, he's I think younger than
He's like
actually Tom Brady.
oh, what is it?
They're
Rapist?
like the same.
Ben Roethlisberger? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Tom Brady's son is 13.
Okay, it's still hella young to be kissing your son.
Tim, your fucking Wi-Fi.
I thought he had like 2 sons.
And then his other son is 11.
Yeah, so either way.
Do you think he makes his sons kiss each other on the lips?
I don't like that.
This is already an awful subject.
Do you think he kisses his daughter on the lips?
Yes. I'm fully certain that Tom Brady just kisses his entire family on the lips. The question is, does the rest of the family think it's cool?
43.
Or the rest of the family are like, yeah, this is fine. Or are they all like, this is just what Dad does, so we should, not question it because he's, a professional football player.
Yeah.
And if we make him mad, he'll just spike us in the face.
Ben Roethlisberger's only 38.
Yeah, just look it up. I thought he was old as fuck.
I think he's a mush man.
Can't wait for him to kick it. Palomalu. Just vibing, brothers.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm old.
If you had to choose one school out of the whole country to shoot up,
Start the question over?
nah, I'd rather not.
I feel like that's getting,
I think you gotta
that's
cut
just
that
getting
out.
pulled right out of here.
Alright, choose one. Alright, if you guys had to choose a movie theater to shoot up,
That's not much better.
On November 13th,
Nah, you know what?
2025.
I'd pick one of those southern ones that don't show anything that doesn't have pure Christian values to them.
I'm gonna
So Harry Potter's illegal in their city.
take a drive-in. I'm gonna do a drive-by shooting on all the cars.
A drive-in, drive-by.
Yeah. I'm gonna do donuts and just shoot an Uzi out the window.
You're
And
just
shoot
watching the
bullets.
Minions movie and some asshole's just firing off his shot.
Damn.
I'm gonna do a shitload of acid and just wander around the New York sewage system.
Alright, here's the new game. You eat so many mushrooms,
I like
and then we just drop you off in the middle of Pittsburgh, and you gotta find a way to get home.
I love it. I love it.
No, Connor. We all eat mushrooms in downtown Pittsburgh.
And we
And then
gotta
whoever
wait.
finds their way home first wins.
It's
Dude,
fun- well,
I'd be the last one. I wouldn't
What's
know.
funny
I'd
about
be
that
like,
is I'm actually I'm really trying to get super high on psychedelics and go downtown.
Okay, real
Maybe not.
real version of this. Drop you off, psychedelics, all that. But we stick like a GoPro and a microphone in your ear, so we have
We're
to
in,
be
like, a
here
van.
and guide you home. while you're on fucking mushrooms.
Well, you want me to fucking you fucking skateboard it? You want me to fucking run it?
Fucking
We'll
glide
get
down.
you to like a bus stop,
like-
and you gotta take a bus.
Like, all right, now you're running through the Squirrel Hill
Yeah,
Tunnel.
we're like, Hunter, what are you feeling right now? And you're like, oh. Man.
Oh!
And then people are just looking at you because you're talking to yourself. While
You're
you're on
talking to yourself with a camera just like blatantly stuck out of your fucking
Yeah,
head.
people are just gonna be looking at you. Like, what the fuck?
My eyes are all black because my pupils are so big.
You ever see those videos where people like blindfold themselves and then have the GoPro on and someone has to command what they're doing to try and get them to do tasks like a video game?
You ever see the ones where
Yeah.
they put a camera above their head and a blindfold on, and then they put a small video feed in the blindfold, so they see the camera
For like third person?
Yeah, and they have to walk around with third person.
I don't like
Oh,
that.
I've seen people do that with like drones.
I've smoked too much weed and done that before.
You
Saw myself in third person.
Feel
Yeah.
that.
It's fucked up.
Entering third person mode is very strange.
Yeah, I just saw the top of my head and I saw my hair moving, and I was like, yo, what the fuck?
I'm trying to think if I had an experience like that.
I don't
I
get
mean,
it anymore.
yeah, I have. I experienced it in like the shower
When I
I was
first,
like I was looking at myself. From,
oh,
like,
you're on
down-
acid?
Yeah, from like a downward perspective, and I was
I
like,
was-
"How long have I been here?"
You were in there for like 10 minutes, but then the funny part is you came out and
dripping.
you lay down in your bed soaking wet, and you're like, guys, why am I wet? And I was like, you got in the shower, you just got out of the shower, and you're like, oh, I'm so fucking high.
You know what I'm saying? I think we've told the story.
Dude, I was dry. I
By
remember
now.
I was dry. I
Probably.
was so fucking cold. I didn't know how to do anything.
And then you came out and Connor had the light off because Hannah and I went out to smoke.
Yeah, and I remember trying to wake Connor up. I was like, "Where's the remote?" Because everything was like so
Oh.
like quiet, but
Oh.
everything was also amplified to where like if I made a sound, it sounded like I was like screaming. And Connor was like, "Oh, dude, leave me alone." I was just like, "Please,
Connor's like, fend for yourself.
You guys
That
keep
was
saying this like I actively chose to just ignore. Like I was fucking high as shit, and you were like, "Connor's fine. He'll be in shock." Like, what the fuck do you mean? Every time you tell a story, it's like, "What a piece of shit over there just didn't help me." I didn't know what the fuck was happening in my life.
You guys trying to do some shit soon?
Sure.
I mean, maybe you should do some edibles or something if you wanna.
Yeah, dude, acid was a scary experience for me.
What about shrooms?
Next time I'm
Shrooms
doing acid,
was
I'm gonna
alright.
get around to do the cabin thing
When are we planning cabin?
when it gets warmer. So like,
Like
March.
late March,
Yeah.
or April.
So like as soon as it gets warmer.
Not like probably not like as soon as, but like
Definitely like close.
yeah,
Like, mad.
because I want to just
Oh,
relax.
yeah.
I'm thinking like
Are you
best I
coming,
can do is
Jesse?
April.
Maybe. Probably.
Are you gonna be able to? Like, are you gonna have $100 for that?
Yeah.
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 Alright.
Alright, well, what is it, like 2-3 months from now?
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't be hard.
Around there.
I'm pretty set now, so
I mean, yeah, I'm so whatever.
I
I
think
might just like go twice.
as of right now, everyone except for it's like seemingly confirmed. I told that
Mm-hmm.
has to ask his parents. Because he lives with his parents. He's like 19. He still lives with his parents.
How old?
24.
20, yeah, 24.
She's dating.
They
He's
were?
19.
Yeah, they're
No.
fine. They're fine together.
That's funny. It's goals.
It's
Yeah, so that's a lot
This
of
is-
names
this
for me
is-
to bleep.
I
Hey,
don't-
future me, fucking bleep those names. Don't forget.
Editor, cut all that out.
Editor! Cut the last hour and a half out of this podcast.
Editor fucking edited in some horrible footage of people being rescued from a house fire.
Editor!
All their skins falling off from third-degree burns.
What the fuck, man?
Editor!
you guys ever see
No, reverse it so skin is going back onto their bodies.
It's a miracle. It's a Jesus miracle. All these burn victims are getting their skin back, and just people like
You guys
just
ever see
putting
like
skin on the fucking corpse?
like horror movies with body mutilation?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That
body
is just
horror
fucking-
is
that shit's
well,
a certain type
last,
of thing.
Last week we were talking about the 29 weeks.
I thought I was gonna throw up for a second.
Throw up in that Ziploc.
Let's fill it up and just.
It'll just fill it up and put it under his bed with the Gatorade bottles of piss.
I'm under my bed. There wasn't an under my bed.
Yeah, I kept them in
There
front
was
of
a
the
mattress on the
furnace.
floor. It was a scumbag.
There's that movie 28 Weeks Later where the dude gouges his wife's eyes out,
Jesus Christ.
and I saw that whenever I was too young, and I can't watch people's eyes being gouged out now.
I can't watch stuff with like brain, like your skull and like your brain, because I have such a weird fear about like there's something wrong, like there's just like a tumor or something wrong with my brain. I'll just die not knowing what the fuck happened. And I was watching Saw, and there's a point where the guy has a tumor in his brain and they have to cut it open.
I remember that.
Yeah, they cut open the skin and they like bone saw the like kind of ridge into the skull, and for just a second, like it like. One of them like pushes down and it like just like bleeds out around. I nearly threw up immediately.
Anything with like
I could not even.
Saw
I couldn't
had
even be in
some
the room.
fucked up shit, man.
Saw was like okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious because I was making fun of it the entire time on function.
Saw was so funny. I was on the road. I
The
could not
entire
breathe.
fucking 4 movies straight, we're just making fun of it by pretending to be Bane instead of Saw. So it's just, yes, Donnie Wahlberg, will you find the man I put in the box?
That's kind of scary, Connor. Like there was some fucking wild shit in those movies that scarred me.
The
And
movies
you're
are
just
fucking...
like, it's just like.
Yeah, because I watched it in the middle of the day as a 23-year-old as opposed to when I was younger,
Well,
with like 3 other
I
people
guess you're
also
cool, so-
making fun of it.
I want to saw the webbing on my fingers.
Dude, I'll never forget.
Fuck.
Like there is like what's that? What's
I
the
don't-
acid that like melts like skin and shit?
Like
Hold up.
hydrochloric
Hold on, I want to
acid.
say go fuck yourself right now because I don't like that thought.
There is like
I hope everyone heard that.
there's a guy and he's in a cage, and it's this kid and he has to choose whether he lives or dies, and like long story short, the stepdad like fucked over his life pretty much and shit like that, and like Jigsaw knows all this shit and he's like telling him
Jigsaw can go fuck
Yeah,
himself.
and then-
He's
and
such
then
a
like,
shitty.
he's like, you choose for your stepdad to live or die, and he chooses for his stepdad to die, and it's like a bunch of needles, and they go into him, and his skin just starts melting, like he's literally like skin's like fucking falling apart, and, like Sean, it was pretty fucking crazy.
Jigsaw's like okay, so like the progression of those movies is actually really like I can't think of a word other than stupid, because the first like 1 to 2 movies, Jigsaw as I watch him is great. Like as
The first movie sucked.
as the character that they're trying to portray, Jigsaw is amazing because Jigsaw is exactly what it is, what they want him to be. He's just this like god complex. Right is always right, wrong is always wrong, and I will do wrong things to wrong people for that. Like it works so well, and then you get into like the 3rd and 4th movies, and it's so vague. Like the bullshit that like, oh, you were an alcoholic, so you yelled and beat your child, but now you're not an alcoholic, so I've locked your child in a box to punish you. And I'm just like, what the fuck what the fuck did the kid do? Why are you hurting the kid? Your whole point was because he hurt the kid. Why are you hurting the kid? Lock yourself in a box now, you piece of shit.
Lock yourself in a box.
And it gets so much like that, and then it just is entirely centered around fucking Donnie Wahlberg's character, and he's like, oh, you were a piece of shit cop, so I'm gonna fucking staple you to a goddamn ice block, and then you'll electrocute yourself. And he's like, I just didn't help one lady, what the fuck? Fucking Jigsaw's a dickhead.
I forget why he does it. Oh, because his wife got hit or something like
wife
that.
fucking life
Maybe
got
that.
ruined. He made toys, and then his wife died, and he's like, "Well, better build giant Rube Goldberg death machines. I'm gonna fucking rip your peppy.
Fuck.
You smoke too much. Now I'm going to rip your torso open. Like that's the
That's
shit I was
really
doing
how
the entire movie.
That's
what
really
happened.
how it be though.
That's
Like,
all
you smoke
fucking
too
movies
much, so you get an iron lung where every time you breathe in, it crushes you. Like that was one of them. It was like whenever he takes a breath, it crushes in his ribs or some shit like that.
Like it's the dumbest
Yeah, it
shit
was
sometimes.
It was like
Also,
alright.
the whole spoiler, real quick. The whole fucking first movie, like the twist at the end is that Jigsaw's been laying on the ground as one of the dead guys this whole time. And the movie takes like 6 hours, so he's just laying on this porcelain floor with like blood makeup on his head for like 6 hours, waiting for them to figure out how to unlock a chain. And then at the end, just stands up anywhere and hits him with something. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Why were you there the whole time?
The person in the pig mask always used to scare me because I was like, I don't want to come and take me in the middle of the night and put me in a death machine.
I don't want a pig woman to take me.
And another one's like another one of my like the fears that I had with it was like, you just wake up and you can't fucking like open your eyes and they're fucking sewed shut.
Oh my god, I know. That one fucked with me.
When I was little, I used to wake up and my eyes would be crusted shut.
Dude, that happens to my left eye because of my contacts.
You sleep in your contacts?
Unfortunately, yes.
The small period of time when I had contacts, my dad always sleeps in his contacts, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sleep in my contacts. And I'd wake up and my eyes would be crusted shut. And that's the only time it ever happened besides when I was little. And it's fucked up.
You smoke too much.
Like,
Here's
what
an
the fuck
iron
did
lung.
you do? Just wait until they got uncrusted, or like
You
did
just
you wipe
kind
your
of like,
face?
yeah, just kind of like gently, well, with contacts, gently rub it.
I was
Whenever I
gonna
was
say, I
little, like, it hurt.
I'm at the point I don't even gently rub it, just kind of like just like pick at it like a fucking goon while I'm standing in the fucking in front of the mirror in the morning.
Yeah.
Because what it is, it's the same as like when you get like the fucking little crusties right in the middle when you're fucking I know you know what I'm talking about, like the sand, little sand man in your eyes. It's the same thing as that, just like kind of everywhere. So just kind of like get it out of there.
Yeah, I never had my eyes like crusted shut. I had my mouth like it felt like it was crusted shut one time.
What is your lips? That was just just Jigsaw trying to sew it shut.
Yeah,
that was my favorite opening. The one is the two guys chained together, one with his eyes sewn shut, the other with his mouth. Because the entire time they're like tugging at each other, like, and he's like, "What? I hear a sound. What's happening?" You guys could just walk over to each other and like hold him still. You can like the guy whose mouth was sewn shut. He could just walk over and stop the blind guy from walking around. Like you just hold him there for a moment.
I forget what was gonna kill them.
They were like gonna rip. I forget. It was one of the like the opening ones that I guarantee you the writers didn't put much thought into because it didn't matter. Because after the rest of the movie barely referenced that one.
I remember the car one. The car one was pretty fucking wild. With the band members from I forget what band it was.
Donnie Wahlberg.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a skunk.
Ah.